Howdy, 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 folks. It's your old friend Ranger Rainbow. And today, we're baking beans. Yep, classic New England baked beans. And I say classic New England because I'm not adding ketchup to them. And I'm not adding in those odds and ends that other people do from elsewhere. You know, people that are from away, they do that. But over here, we do classic baked beans. Only thing that I do differently is I add a splash of my favorite beer. It's mainly just for me, but it's nice to say that you cracked the beer for the recipe that you're cooking. So here we go. So we got ourselves the main ingredients. This is what you're going to start with. I have some great northern beans, navy beans, some light brown sugar, and molasses. That's the key ingredients. And then you get into the other fixings. I already got my brown sugar and molasses portioned out. And you're going to use some mustard. I found this fancy guy driving a Rolls Royce. He rolled down the window, looked at me, and I asked, "Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?" So that's the origin of that. But we got back here. I already pre-boiled the beans, parboiled them. This is the bean juice. We're going to save that. It's nice piping hot right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to add this here in there. Put the molasses in. Oh, yeah, you know, and then you take a scoop of this. You fucking mix it around, you know. You got to have enough just to cover the beans. Mix in that. Get that other molasses out. Nice hot bean juice. Does a pretty good job, you know. It's going to need a few more scoops, but we're going to add in a brown sugar, some onion. That's a whole onion dice, about a fist-sized onion. And then this here is some nice smoked ham. I like the smoked ham because it's hard to find salt pork around here. But you can mix that all in, you know, you put that down in there. You got to take two little scoops of the mustard. Yes, two. That's a nice big one, yeah. That's where it gets some good flavor. You can scoop out a little bit more than that, get the mustard juice off. Always be tidy. But you can see there's still more molasses in there. And we gotta get water just a little bit over the top of them beans. So we're gonna add in about another cup of water. Jiggle it around, get the molasses at the bottom. Still there, you know. Gotta put in plenty of water, you know. Look at that. A little bit of salt and pepper. Little salt shakers, some pepper, some salt. Oh man, am I out of salt? Guess I'm gonna have to reach inside the cabinet. You know, fucking little. Some salt in there. And now we add just a touch more of this bean juice. A splash of beer. Mix it up. We're going to save this bean juice to add in as we cook. Because as you cook, you don't want the lid on completely tight. That way that lets some of the steam escape. And you replace it with that bean juice as you cook, so you don't end up with dried out beans. Because nobody wants that. They want them nice beans with some good bean juice. That bean sauce, you know, with the good molasses, brown sugar. And I always use white beans, like Great Northern or Navy. That's the way you do it. Cheers, folks. We put it in the oven at 250 for about 6 hours. Checking it about every 90 minutes or so. And you got yourself some baked beans. I swear they're the best. They're even better the next day reheated. Have them with breakfast. Have them for dinner. Have them for lunch. Have them for every meal the next couple days. There's plenty enough beans for you, your family, and all your friends. Keep on cooking.